Fox 66 News is your local election headquarters. With the election nearing, just weeks away now, questions arise over candidates and whether or not they should continue with in-person campaign rallies. This coming as the president leaves Walter Reed Hospital. Closer to home, Star Bodie spoke with officials at Erie Events about their plans if a major candidate would decide to stop in Erie. Star?
Hi, Sean. That's right. A lot of people are questioning whether or not these in-person campaigns are going to continue despite these COVID-19 concerns. And Casey Wells of Erie Events tells us if it's a public venue, then it's possible. President Trump, who prioritizes in-person campaigns during the pandemic, tests positive just days after the first presidential debate. That raises questions about the rules for candidates who want to hold in-person campaign events.
We can't keep you out. It's a public facility. It would be discrimination to determine one person or one group can use the facilities, one can't.
While a venue is still up for grabs, a customer must agree to all federal and state laws and meet lease requirements within Erie Events. Democrats pushing for virtual campaigning say they believe safety is the #1 priority as the election nears.
We've always taken COVID very seriously, and we'll continue to do so. Both our volunteers and the folks that they engage with are engaging on their own terms.
With the election just weeks away, Erie Events does not believe that any major campaigns will take place close to home in Erie.
But from a practical standpoint, I don't think it's likely, just because the state mandate is that you cannot have more than 25 people in an indoor environment.
But the local Republican Party believes the show must go on for President Trump to claim victory come November.
Whatever medium is available, including virtual, but his whole nature is to be out with people.
Now, the vice president debate is still slated to take place on Wednesday, but those nominees will be separated by 12 feet and with plexiglass. Sean?
And, that'll just be a big change from what we already saw from the presidential debate the first time. Be interesting to see what they do with the second debate between Trump and Biden.
And I think it's something that we can say we've never seen before in a debate happening.
Safe to say. All right. Thank you, Star.